I have a situational little
choose your own adventure.
Yeah, little choose your adventure to tell you about. I'm calling this segment Riddle Me Fucking This. And perhaps
don't forget the fucking.
Yeah, don't forget the fucking. And perhaps we will bring this segment back as, absurd things go on, as they often do.
Please comment and let us know.
Yeah, comment and let us know if you like the Riddle Me Fucking This segment. Okay, so here's the deal. And this is I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Oh, man.
You're going to...
Last time a woman asked me a series of questions that didn't end well.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you're going to respond with your opinions and feelings on the subject.
All right, I got you.
The questions are going to get progressively more complicated. And then when this is all over, I'm going to tell you the real... this is all a metaphor for something even more real than what I'm about to say.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes. Okay.
And it sounds like I'm going to end up having to pour one out for another person. One of these days, I'm going to pour one out on the pot.
So here's the situation. You decide that you are going to make dinner for your girl. Super nice thing for you to do. So you either make something fancy, so it's like effort, or you make something that's like special to you. Like people have like different dishes that they're like, whatever.
It's your favorite shit.
Yeah. And you make this dish and you ask her, how's the food? And she responds to you and says, I just love that you made this for me. How are you feeling about that response?
So it would depend first on if I just made something with a lot of effort or if I made something special to me. If I made something with a lot of effort and she said that, I'd be cool with it. Because I'd be like, hey, you know what? She's appreciating it. I'm probably going to get some great sex tonight. So holla at a player. Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, if I made a meal specifically special to me, I listen to everybody's words, and words are very particular. Mm-hmm. I'd feel some type of way. Like, that's not the exact answer I would want. It's not a bad answer. But I noticed that you didn't say that you liked it, which is kind of the point. Like, if I made you some shit that is very special to me and you didn't like it, I need you to tell me that you didn't like it.
It's not a comment that says, like, wow, this food is good.
Yeah, just like, oh, I appreciate you. I'm like, yeah, well, you could appreciate me sucking my dick while I'm making this meal. Like, I don't really care. Like, if you're not going to like it, then you might as well not like it while I'm enjoying it. But, like, that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, it would depend on which one of those two the meal was. If it was something close to me that I really enjoyed and I wanted you to enjoy it, and that's what you said, not feeling so great. If it was just something I was like, ooh, I'm sitting here like, hey, Alexa, tell me how to play this shit.
No. Okay, so it's something close to you.
Oh, then I'm feeling some type of way. Like, I'm not going crazy about it, but I am feeling some type of way.
So then you follow up with this is question 2. That's what she says to you.
Okay.
You're feeling some type of way, but again, like you said, not horrible response.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to ruin like this great night, right? So you follow it up with, well, that you kind of call her out like a little bit, not too hard, but you're kind of like, well, but like, what do you think? Like, what do you think of the food though? You know? And she responds and says, well, I'm not really into XXX thing.
Like if it's seafood or
whatever it is. But you look really sexy cooking, or she like makes some comment about you again.
Oh, well, then she goes back to complimenting me. Then she's just told on herself. Like, now I know she doesn't like it. So now I will make sure for the rest of time she's never around that meal. Like, I'll never do it. Like, I'll never cook for her. Like, I will never even eat it around her. Like, now it's been eliminated from the process. Funny. Like, I'm just done with it. Like, following up that with that statement tells me that this situation, again. Right. Again, like, not gonna be able to do it.
So on a scale, like, how mad are you versus just like not gonna go there again? Like, I feel like there's a difference between like, oh, okay, we're not gonna share this, and I'm not gonna bring it up again. I'm not gonna do this again, and actually being mad enough.
Well, I'm not mad. Like, if I was to put like a scale of 1 to 10 of mad, I'm probably at like a 6. But as far as like, are we gonna do this situation again? Like, I'm at a 10. Like, no, we're not gonna do it again. Like,
right.
we're just not gonna do it. Like, and now I already know, like, when you first brought up the question, I'm positive the people that know me heard us and they're like, that nigga ain't cooking for nobody because he barely cooks for himself. And you're right, I probably wouldn't. So if I'm cooking for you, god damn it, you better like it. So I would definitely feel some type of way. Like,
what would you do? Like, what's something that you might do?
What do you mean, like?
I just came up with cooking as like a good metaphor for the actual thing that I'm gonna reveal. But what would you do? If you don't really cook.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it would just be. That's honestly a difficult question because I don't cook. So it's like if I'm just trying to like share an experience with that person, right, like that's very personal to me. Like,
I feel like everybody. The reason I bring it up is I feel like everybody needs like a back pocket like trump card. And I know like the phrase trump card is forever ruined because of 45, but. What I mean is like you need a pocket ace, you know? And like for some people that's cooking. So like if they were really trying to impress their partner or they were trying to get laid or whatever it is, they would.
Yeah, but I guess my thing is that I don't know.
I think you need to ruminate on this and report.
Yeah,
back.
I don't know that
I'm calling you out and putting you on the spot.
I know you're putting me on the spot. Like I guess I don't know that I feel like I would need that. I guess, and that's maybe cocky.
I mean, it's not
talking.
a need. It's just like a great thing to have in the pocket. Like you got pocket aces. It's like I'm getting good pussy tonight. Like if you do this thing, you know it's gonna be great for you. You've seen those videos? Like it's trending on TikTok right now. The videos of the guy who like goes to his girl who's like getting ready or lounging.
Oh
or
yeah,
and she's
like, oh, we're gonna go
do this
and blah blah blah.
Yeah, all that, and she's just like pumped. Like that guy's getting his dick sucked. Like
yeah, but I feel like that's not that hard.
True.
Yeah, like that's like some bullshit.
I don't know.
Like, that's
think about it and report back. Okay, back to my scenario. So what if? So you say those two things. You're basically like, you're not pissed, but you're like,
but I'm out
this
on
didn't
that
really
situation.
succeed. Yeah, I'm done. So what if this all had happened after you had given her a couple of choices, or maybe you didn't directly give her choices on what you were gonna make her, but you sort of were like fishing in the week prior of like, hey, do you like blah blah blah, and she was like yes, and then
that would just solidify my feelings that we're never doing that again. Like again, I'm a like take you at your word person until you break it. So like I think I said one time, like your word is always as good until it isn't. Like I would be like, okay, I asked you to try and kind of figure out, you know, what I should be making. You know, should I do Italian? Should I do like Mexican?
Yeah,
And you were like, oh, this is the vibe, and and that's what I did. And then you're like, actually, no.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess what? Lume never cooking for your ass again. Sorry, bye. Like,
so would it heighten your sense of like anger / annoyance if you had
annoyance? Annoyance. Because again, I'm not.
So you'd be extra salty. Let's say.
Let's just put it like this. That sex better be real great that night, because if it's not, then I will wake up upset.
The next day you're going to be like...
Then I'll just be really...
thinking about it more.
Actually mad. Because I'll be like, wow, did all that. Didn't get the reaction I wanted from all that cooking.
Yep.
Then didn't even get the sex that I wanted after the cooking that I thought was going to lead to the good... Like, yeah, this is horrible. This is a horrible situation. Yeah. So yeah, I would be feeling some type of way. 100%.
Okay, so then... even one more step to it.
Oh man, no, riddle me, no.
What if you are a chef and you're not, it's not like you're at the restaurant and this is your customer. I'm saying that you are a chef and you've never cooked for your girl. And you're like, babe, I'm going to cook you this fire meal. Like, I'm a chef. I'm a great cook. Like, this is my passion in life, right? And you make this big meal and she's like, oh yeah, like you look really hot cooking.
So if now cooking in this situation, this is my job.
This is your job and your passion.
The only way I wouldn't feel the same as I've already talked about is if I know for a fact that meal that I made was not one of my number one meals at my job. So like every chef has meals that are like their number one, like everybody loves it. No one says shit about it.
Yeah.
If I didn't make that meal, then I could, But if I made my number one meal and you were just like, oh, well, you look sexy, like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
like,
yeah.
You.
Right.
Like, no, I can't bring my number one heater and you out here talking about.
But you are bringing your number one heater to impress your girl. You've never cooked for her. Cooking's your passion in life.
You should.
Right. So you're saying if you did that and she was just like, like not saying, oh my God, babe, that was so fire. You're pissed.
I'm never cooking for her again.
You're mad.
I'm petty, so I'm never cooking for her again.
So I almost want to take it even one step further. I hadn't planned out this question, but I kind of want to take it one step further. So does this all also depend on? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the notes. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh, this is a key. This is a key component of the real thing that I'm going to bring up. Okay,
no.
so then after the meal, she says, and remember, you've just cooked your number one fucking thing.
Yep, I brought you the heat.
and after the meal, she says, well, how about next week you make this other thing and suggest something?
Now, again, that's perfectly fine if I didn't ask before, but in your scenario, I've already asked.
Yeah, but you brought the heat.
But again, if I asked and you picked this situation, I like to consider myself a semi-nice asshole. Mm-hmm. So if I asked you what you wanted and you say you wanted this, and I made that and you didn't like it, and you say, hey, next week let's do this, I can't be all the way upset because I did do what you wanted and now you're asking for something else.
Interesting. Okay.
But because what you asked for was also my number one heater, I can tell you right now that even if I'm making that shit next week, I'm not putting no effort into it. That's just going to be whack.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be whack. No,
don't
I'm not inviting you over to come watch me cook. Like, then I'll tell you, ooh, 8 o'clock. Like,
right.
Even though shit will be done at 7:30. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't want to see you. It'll be in the oven. You can just put it in the microwave, warm it up.
And doesn't that, like, I totally agree with what you're saying. And isn't that kind of like if cooking is your passion, isn't that like maybe a little, it could be a problem for like the relationship in general. Because if this person is not buying into this as your passion and they're supporting you in that thing and they think you're good at it, isn't that kind of a red flag if your partner doesn't think you're good at the thing? That
definitely a red flag. Now, again, I can think of certain scenarios where it wouldn't be a make or break flag.
Yeah,
but
right.
I could see it as like a cause for pause. Like I said, if it's not the number one heater, or if they just pick something obscure. Because again, if I'm a chef, like in this scenario, if I'm a chef, I'm assuming.
You with the chef
I know,
hat.
right? Oh man, I'd be dope in the chef. It might be a good Halloween costume next year. But like I'm assuming that they're looking at me like I can make anything. Because let's be real, most people look at a chef and go, "You're a chef."
Okay, this is a good point.
You can make anything. So then they're just going to tell you like, "Hey, I really fucking love lasagna." Maybe this motherfucker ain't never made lasagna in his life.
So you're giving them actually more liberty to question you because they know that you're a pro.
Correct. Now,
interesting. Okay.
That depends though also on the relationship. Like if we just started hollering at each other.
That was going to be my next question.
And I told you I was a chef, then yeah, you just challenge me. Like, okay, damn. If we've been together for a couple months and you know exactly what the fuck that I make and all this, you've been in my restaurant or whatever. Yeah, then you're being a bitch by asking me to go make you some Mexican. Like, get the fuck out of here, Taco Bell down the street. Like, I ain't got time. So it would just depend on that, but
wait, so you're saying it would be more okay with you for them to question you if it was less time or more time that you were together?
If it was less time.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Because more time, you should know what I make. Like if you don't know what I make and what I'm great at this point,
what is this? Right.
Bye.
I feel like coming from the I mean, I'll get into this when I talk about the real situation. But I would say that coming from the perspective of somebody who does something that not a lot of people do, which is make content, make stuff, it annoys the fucking shit out of me when people try to tell me how to do it. Even when they're trying to, like, I cut people slack when it's obvious that they're trying to be nice. Mm-hmm. But even when they are trying to be nice, it's still stings my fucking heart.
You could be a little better at this being
nice. And it's hard because people, and that is honestly like one of the more like quote unquote serious things that I want to bring to this podcast like over time is like I want to teach our audience how to appreciate people that actually are out here fucking doing something, making something like And I don't just mean working. I mean, like, pursuing something outside of what is, like, paying their bills.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard. And so when somebody flippantly comes in, even if they're trying to be nice and trying to be supportive, good intentions, and they're just like, oh, well, what about this? Like, it's like, I know.
Well, like in that scenario that you brought up, like, I know you're gonna get to your real thing, but like in your scenario that you brought up, like when homegirl comes to me and says like, "Oh, I love that you made this for me," she wants to make sure that I'm feeling like, "Hey, I'm appreciating what you're doing."
That's true.
But she's appreciating it in a way that isn't what I'm asking for. Mm-hmm. Like, she's just appreciating me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure there are 10 other dudes in your DMs right now that have promised to cook you some shit that they learned on YouTube tonight. I'm positive. But you and me, I am saying that what I'm making for you is what I do. So I need you to, like, give me a real answer. But I don't know, because I think that situation is very dependent on what your conversations have been beforehand. And that's why I said the less time, the less angry I'd be.
Okay.
Because, like, again, if I just met you, RIP to the bars, or I just met you at Brothers last night, and I told you, oh, come through for some brunch tomorrow morning, and you come through, and brunch ain't great because I told you I was a chef, well, I understand that you'd be mad because you don't know. But
are you sure? You really wouldn't be that mad? I feel like you'd be hella annoyed because it's like, this person doesn't even know me like that, and they're like coming at my career. Like, she knows you're a chef, even if you've just met.
Correct.
I feel like it's sort of ignorant of a person to be like trying to teach the master how it's done, so to speak.
But I mean, I don't think she's trying to teach me how it's done, saying those particular statements.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
That she said. Now, if she says some shit specifically about it, like, you know, them eggs could have used a little bit more salt, or like, you know, just, she starts actually commenting on something that the food needed or was lacking, then I'm gonna be like, oh, did you go to class for that? Oh, how many of these meals did you make? I'm sorry, I missed you down at Hell's Kitchen. I didn't see you out there making no meal. Like, then I'm out here feeling some type of way.
Okay.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
She gotta say those specific things for me to be truly hurt.
Right.
But I'm still paying attention to those words. Like,
right. No, the words, I appreciate that you think that words matter, because I agree. And often I find that, I don't know if it's most men, but there's a group of men that always wants to be like, I didn't mean, you know, you're taking it. I didn't, da, da, da. It's like, just say what you mean then, please. Like, then we wouldn't have this problem. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I'll tell you the real situation.
Oh, baby. All right.
The real situation that happened is that I've been talking to this guy for like, I don't know, a couple weeks. Huh? Like, we've hung out 2 or 3 times. So we don't know each other well, but it's not like this is our first ever conversation, right? And he knew about the podcast.
Of course, we ain't popular out here.
Yeah, and I learned long ago not to like pursue feedback from people that I know in my personal life on my creative projects, because like I'm always super happy when my friends and my like close people are enthusiastic, or when I get positive feedback from people, but I don't necessarily try to seek it out, because you're oftentimes / all the time disappointed in what is said, because it's partly that other people don't realize what a grind it is to do this kind of thing, and it's partly because they don't even have the vernacular and the knowledge base to even make adequate comments. Yeah,
they're just talking from the...
Yeah, they're just like, it was great, I loved it.
Their idea of it, which is based on not anything.
They don't know what it took to do that thing. Mm-hmm. So, I did not...
Oh, actually, time out. This guy that you're talking about, you have not slept with him, or you slept with him?
We haven't fucked.
Okay, because that would also make me feel some type of way about the whole scenario, is if we had sex or not.
No, we have not.
We hadn't had sex, and you insulted my food, then I don't care. Like,
other things have occurred, but not all that.
Okay. I just wanted to put that in there, because that does change my feelings a little bit if we don't slept together or not.
So he listened to the podcast, and I knew he was going to listen to it, but I did not. I want to make it clear. I did not come to him and say, you know, did you listen to it? What did you think of it? Mm-hmm. Because I've learned not to do that.
Yeah, just like, it's there. If you listen to it, you listen to it. If you don't.
Yes. He came to me. We were texting, And he was like, I listened to the podcast. And I was like, oh, well, what'd you think? I don't really want to like read out the actual text because that's just like putting him on blast too much. But
I mean, you already put him on blast. I feel like you should just read the fucking text.
Basically, he was like, well, it wasn't really about what I thought it was going to be about. That was his very first feedback.
Oh, well, did he talk to you
like,
about it beforehand, or?
I mean, like I said, I host a sex, dating, and relationships podcast, and he was like, "Oh, well, it wasn't really about what I thought it was going to be about." He listened to the election episode.
Okay, well then, yeah, shocker.
Fine, but it's not like we weren't talking about dating on that episode.
Yeah, but I mean,
so I was like, fine. I mean, I was a little bit like. Thought it was weird that he wasn't like, oh, like I really enjoyed it. It was so like cool to hear you. Like da da da. He just immediately was like, wow. It wasn't like. So I was already like a little bit like, okay.
I'm pouring one out for this guy. I can already tell.
So then I was like, we were kind of going on. He didn't say anything else really. We're chatting, and I was kind of like, well, I'm kind of like bummed that you didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Like, I was not being aggressive. And I was just like, well, I'm kind of bummed that you didn't, like, really enjoy it. And he says, I really like your voice. I really liked your voice. and again, I'm just like, well, I mean, thank you. Like, he's like, yeah, you have a sexy voice. And I'm like, thanks.
Like, okay, so you want to sleep with me,
right, which I
great.
already knew prior to this conversation.
Didn't need you to know about the podcast for that, but okay.
Which, and again, like, it's not like I asked him. He brought, you know.
He brought it up.
Yeah.
He's the one that was like,
why would you, my first question is, why would you bring it up if you don't have, like, gushing reviews? You're pursuing me.
Even not even gush review. If you don't have like things to say,
right?
Like even if he was just like, "Oh yeah, damn, you know that co-host, he really fucking sucks," or like just like something, something.
So then I said, well, so then I'm getting like, you know, first of all, this week I was on edge all week, man. It's been a rough week. It's COVID central.
We really begging for 2021.
I've been going through it. Okay, so I was already maybe being a little prickly.
Yeah, we trying to get to 2021. So I get it. You were not in the best of moods.
Yeah. So then I say, well, you know, I was like, well, you know, I was being nice. So I'm like, thanks, whatever. And I'm like, but that's not really the same thing as you liked it.
Correct.
And he says, well, I'm not really into politics. Which
there are
episodes. 5 episodes. There are choices.
Yeah, he didn't have to listen to that one.
And I'm like, if you're not, first of all, I mean, this is getting too much into it, but I don't agree that he's not into politics based on his job and what he does and all conversations that we've already had in the past. But you're not into the presidential election.
Yeah, he didn't agree with the content on that pod, which is perfectly fine.
Fine.
I didn't expect everybody to anyway.
Right, fine. But again, I did not direct you to anything. Like, I was very open about it because I was not trying to set myself up to be disappointed. I was just like, I do this podcast. You should check it out. Here's the link to the full thing. He went in, chose that episode, and then came to me and said, well, I like politics. And like, I didn't say this, but I wanted to come back and be like, then why the fuck did you listen to that episode? It says it right in the thing.
It's the immediate response. It's like, why would you choose that one? Like, it wasn't the only one to choose. Like,
right.
You don't like politics. Like, why don't you click on a Halloween episode? You'd
Right.
have had a much better time, it sounds like.
Right. So at this point, I'm pissed, and I'm already in a bad mood. But I'm not trying to just pick a fight with this guy because I don't know him that well, and it's not worth my time.
No.
So instead, I go for the, like, kind of jokey, like, flirty LOL, like, I think you are into politics. You have a lot of, like, good opinions on, like, this and that we've already discussed.
You poke the bear. You poke the
he
bear.
Says,
oh.
And he says, well, I'm not interested in the presidential election. And at that point, I'm just like, okay.
We're done here. We're done here. Thank you, though.
Like, okay. Like, I don't even know what I said. Something, like, totally, like, okay. So then, like, whatever, 10, 20, 30 minutes goes by. Like, I think he's expecting me to, like, text him again. I don't, because I'm pissed.
I wouldn't have.
And he texts me again and says, next time talk about X. Like, next time talk about this.
So he gave an idea.
So he comes back and says, do this.
So here's the thing. Now, I can see your face and I understand the anger. But now
Oh my God. I am not the one. I am not the one. Not the person.
The only thing I'm going to say about that, is that, I mean, we're out here, putting stuff on IG.
Yeah.
And, about to get Twitter going, whatever, like, we do want feedback, and so we do appreciate ideas from the podcast.
No, we do want, to be clear, listeners, if you're listening right now, we do want ideas for this podcast.
But if you're trying to sleep with Kristen, do not give her ideas.
Right, if you're trying to fuck me, maybe save the ideas for when it's clear that I'm receptive to said idea.
I am not as picky. You can give me ideas if you're trying to sleep with me. It's fine. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I'll just take it in a certain type of way, but I'll take it.
So what did I conclude with? I think I texted him back and said, you're going to die. I texted him back and said, well, I make the rules, so.
I'm about to pour a shot for this dude right now. I can't even, I really hurt for this guy. He took all the L's, in exactly the way that you're, not supposed to take the L's. Oh, no. I mean, I get it. He probably thought he was being fake, kind of conversational, whatever.
I don't even think he knows that I'm mad, to be honest.
Oh, there's no way he does. The way that he texted you with his little idea, there's no way that he does. Now, when he hears this, LOL, if he decides to hear this, then yeah, he's gonna know that you weren't okay with it.
And what I can't figure out is if I should. I mean, obviously, there's 3 options going forward, right? Get over it and say nothing and continue to talk to him. Option 2, bring it up. Tell him that, that was frustrating for me and here's why. Number 3, done.
It ain't nothing like that bitch off.
Yeah. Done, don't care.
I mean,
don't know you that well, no loss, whatever.
Well, I mean, part of option 1 of get over it is doing the normal female thing, which is you're going to get over it for now. And then if you guys keep talking and get a little more serious, then you're going to bring it back up because you feel more comfortable to bring it back up. Right,
but I wouldn't pick a fight later on. I
didn't say you pick a fight.
Yeah.
I just said you're not going to actually get over it until you bring it up.
Sure.
Which is why I'm like, that's kind of in option 1.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, these are tough times, so I don't want to suggest to you to cut that bitch off. But I'm also like, your DMs probably ain't dry, so you could cut it off.
I mean, and the part of the reason I'm bringing this up to you on the podcast is because I genuinely want your opinion on if I should be fucking pissed off or not. Because I'm very sensitive to this. As somebody who's been trying to make content for a long time, this is a very sensitive subject for me. And people fall into this trap with me a lot, men do, of being very flippant about this work that I do. Even when guys say, one time a guy told me that, oh, that's really hot. And it pissed me off because I'm like...
Wait, he told you that was really hot and you got mad?
He didn't say that was really hot. I think he said that was really cute. And first of all, you already know I feel a way about the word cute.
Okay,
but second of all, you're talking about my work being cute? That's worse than you calling me, myself, cute. Because that's this is hard work.
Yeah.
That was worse to me than if he would have just called me cute. This is a completely different guy a long time ago.
I mean, first of all, you shouldn't have got
sensitive to this topic.
You shouldn't have got mad about a guy calling you cute, but
calling
something cute, literally me and my boys, if I say oh, that's cute, they get mad. It's used as an insult. So I totally get that as far as you're a creator. Let's just call it what it is. You are a creator. And being a creator, you want honest opinions about your stuff.
I do want honest opinions.
But at the same time, unfortunately, when it comes from guys that you may or may not be interested in, it's you don't want them to lie, obviously, but at the same time, you don't want them to demean it or pretend they know more about it than you, even though you know for a fact that they have never done anything on that level.
Exactly.
So I get that it could be disturbing. I would say that, and again, I probably would. Actually, no, I wouldn't even have to see the text exactly. I would probably say it was a whatever thing, only because you told me what episode he listened to. If he gave you that same response to any other episode, I'd be like, okay, yeah, he's a dick. Cut him off. Like, it's done. Mm-hmm. But because that specific episode, I knew for a fact when we recorded it, like, it was going to make some people feel some type of way.
Sure.
And make some other people feel some type of way. Like,
which I tend to agree with you that it's like, okay, like, I always in these situations have to temper myself because I already have a disposition of just, like, writing people off really quickly. Mm-hmm. So I already was like, all right, you're really pissed off now. Like, just don't text this guy back. Like, whatever. See what Lume thinks. He'll even you out. But I do agree that particular episode, it had a lot more going on in it than what maybe usually we would do. But again, it's not like I directed him to that episode.
Correct. Yes, he had the he made the choice, which, funny enough, actually kind of brings me back to like the last time we recorded when we were talking about like, would you ask somebody like who you voted for? Like, I'm assuming you guys didn't have that conversation.
No.
But, like, I feel like he went to that episode because he didn't have to ask, because that episode existed. So it's like, some people look for other things. Like I said,
it's
I don't know him, so and I don't care. I don't need to meet him, because it sounds like he's going to be cut off soon enough anyway, so I won't meet him. But, no, like, it just seems like if you saw the list that was there up until that point, and, like, I've had friends that have listened to, like, all of the episodes or seen the stuff.
Yeah, but I think
you don't pick that one. Like, honestly, you see those, if you read our descriptions, or the description on the podcast, that's not the one that you pick, unless you actually wanted to hear about it.
I know.
And the only reason he would want to hear about it is because he wanted to know your opinion, which you guys clearly haven't talked about.
No, but, I mean, I feel like I'm picking up on what you're inferring, but I don't know, and maybe I just have read the whole situation wrong. I don't want to give too many details about this guy on the podcast, but
don't give him no shine. I'm not pouring nothing out for him.
I don't have the impression that he's the one Republican in my DMs that I am interested in. Like, I don't have that impression at all.
I don't think that he is either, but I'm just saying that I don't know how you listen to that episode if you're not Republican and then be mad about the content.
Yeah.
Like, now I get what you said, like, oh, I told him it's a sex, dating, relationship, content. Like, that part, I totally get that, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you tell any person on the street, hey, these are the 3 things I'm talking about: sex, dating, relationships. And then I put politics, I put Halloween, and I put, like, Ultimate Faithful on the screen. Just like Jeopardy style, pick a category. Who the fuck is picking the politics? Like, only a crazy person. So, like, everybody else who actually enjoys those scenarios is not picking that.
Oh, so you are saying that it's weird that he picked that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
Thank you. I'm just like,
I'm not disagreeing with it being weird. I'm just saying you don't have to cut him off.
Well, because his main criticism, honestly, I'm kind of omitting this point, but I can make this clear. It's fine. His main, I don't know, criticism's not even the right word. His main thing is that we're not talking about sex that much. And again, like, he's texting me and, like, trying to hit on me and, like, trying to have, like, sexual innuendo. So, like, obviously he's trying to talk about sex with me without actually sexting me. And it's like, so that's all fine. Like, it's just, like, very layered. It's all just very complicated
We talked about Nelson Cruz. There was sex on there.
I know. I don't know if he was just salty about that.
Yeah, I think he was salty about that, because he should have came right through like, Nelson Cruz, bitch.
And he didn't bring that up
I'll be your Derek Jeter. So,
I know.
Like, that would have been the easiest comeback around. Like, what a lame-o. Like, actually, I take it back. Cut him off.
Really?
Like, nah. Because I totally forgot that we talked about the Nelson Cruz thing. And honestly, if that's not an easy-ass opening when you're already talking to a girl, like...
Right? Like that other guy already did.
Like, okay, you already know you like baseball. He couldn't come back and be like, psh, Nelson Cruz, I'm a 5-tool player, girl. Call me Mike Trout. I'm here for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, cut him off. I'm sorry. I'm not even pouring one out for you, buddy. Like, you're just done.
That's what I mean. Like, I really was trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt in the moment, and I was like, Kristen, you know this is a sensitive topic for you. You know you blow, like, these kinds of things where people give you criticism of, like, your work when you're not asking for it, like out of proportion. like that's just like my number one thing that like if you criticize me when I didn't ask you for your opinion on it, like
yeah, you're a ghoster, you're a hater.
Like if I come to you and I like you or like you right now, I'm like saying, am I being crazy? You know what I mean? Like, or my friends, I'm like, no, what did you really think of this? Like, what's, how could we make it better?
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of times, or even like our viewers right now, like I do want feedback on what you want to hear. What can we do better? Da 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 da. But sometimes when you're just like, well, it wasn't really about sex. That's what he said. It wasn't really about sex.
He thought that you was recording a podcast that was going to get him a little bit in the mood so that he could come through and be like, I want to fuck with the woo.
Yes.
And it didn't work out that way. So like now I've already like I'm a supporter of all my guys. Go ahead, do your thing, especially the guys sliding in Kristen's DMs. I want y'all to win. I really do. But like, nah, man, like I can't even pour one out for him. Like he's R.I.P.
So I'm not being crazy. Good, thank God. I was like, okay.
I didn't say that. I just said you cut him off. I didn't say that.
Well, and funny enough, like I had 2 girlfriends tell me that I shouldn't even tell the. So also he's not on social media, which was kind of like a flag for me. Just in the first place.
We're gonna talk about that another time.
Yeah, another time. But that's like already. I was like, But he was really hot in the dating app, so I was like.
Did he look like the picture? Because I know that was a big thing.
He did look like the picture, yeah.
No catfishing.
He did look like the picture, but he doesn't have social media, and already from the beginning I wasn't even sure I was gonna like talk to him or meet up with him or anything.
By the way, he has social media. He just ain't telling you.
You think?
100%. I
don't know.
No.
I mean, he did say he has Twitter. So he was like, yeah, I have Twitter. I just don't have IG.
I'm telling you right now, if this dude is under the age of 30, I'll say 35.
He's not.
Oh, he's over 35. Then he might not have it. I actually might respect him then. Cause I was gonna say under 35, then they're lying.
He's like late 30s. Nothing crazy. I'm not out here with sugar daddy.
I don't care. That's fine. All I can say, because my cousin is. I have a cousin 5 years older.
He's
than
like
me.
late 30s. He has like a stressful job.
He probably still has it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because first of all, you don't get on the dating apps without having them on social medias.
True. So, well, but I'm talking about IG though.
No, I'm hearing what you're saying, but you think he's only shooting shot at IG?
I don't know.
Not buying it.
I mean, okay, fair point. He may just be,
which is, but again, there are some people I know that have all the social medias and are very private with them, and they don't really use them for anything, but they just have them to have them.
Right.
Which is fine. Mm-hmm. And maybe he's that guy. I don't know. I've met some of them, and they're okay. But I've also met the other ones that are not okay.
He definitely didn't know. He definitely had not seen my Instagram, though. Because when I brought up the podcast to him, his response and reaction to it, it was very obvious that he had never heard of it and not seen any clips and da-da-da-da-da.
Or maybe he's in your profession. Maybe he's a good actor.
Yeah, unless he's just like stone cold liar, which I would low-key respect. Like,
wow, look at you, bro. Okay.
Like, you pulled the wool over my eyes. Like, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, you didn't have to do that, but do you?
Yeah, no, I'm on a vote for. I'm
just
out for
not.
that.
Yeah,
no, I'm out for that.
Yeah, of course, I was immediately like done. That's what I was thinking in my mind. But I was like, all right, why don't you chill out for 24 hours and then go to Lume's house and then ask him on the podcast.
Talk about it.
We'll
figure it out for sure. And again, I hate to be the one to, because I
know you're shutting it down.
We out here, and I don't want anybody struggling, but we struggling out here in quarantine. But I can't give this man the support that he needs. Like
this has been a good talk. I've gleaned a lot of clarity from this talk.
I'm glad that you had to riddle me fucking this. Like,
riddle me fucking this.
Yeah, for somebody who hates on these superhero shit, you got to came here with the Riddler on me. And it worked.
So we definitely want feedback, particularly on if you like the Riddle Me fucking this portion.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The way you set it up, I think I can think of a riddle me this that I'm gonna have to come at you with next time. So like
every few episodes, we might keep
this one. We might keep this one.
I like it. I'm with it.
No, but actually, I'm gonna change it up a little bit because we did bring it up about the feedback. I feel like this is the easiest transition.
Yes, it is
into the feedback about some of the comments.
Yeah, we have some comments. I wanna do like every couple episodes we have just a short, quick segment about people's comments that they come back with.
Some people done have some things to say. Yes. Now, the number one thing that both of us have heard things about, and this is on you, unfortunately, that you got to address, is your definition of the man's simp.
I know. Everybody's literally the day that the Halloween episode came out was our very first episode. My best friend Antonio called me and he was like, "You don't know what fucking simp means?" And he just like literally came from my life. I was like, I mean, I don't know. Like, what does it mean? So he told me, and you can tell me if you concur, that what it actually means is that it's a guy who's like macking on women like a lot. Like he's just like a fly going for the ladies, and like not always in a good way. Not necessarily in like a creeper way, but in just like a.
Well, the funniest thing is, so again, and if you go back and listen to the pod, I was genuinely asking her to give her definition, not because I wanted her to explain it to all of you, because I could care less. But because I was genuinely curious about what her definition was. Because she'd already said, like, she says boyfriend is like not boyfriend, da-da-da. So I'm like, we need to clarify.
Sure.
Now, the other funny thing to me is that you've already highlighted that you have a very strong love for Drake.
True.
And I know for a fact many men consider Drake to be a simp.
Yes. That's true. That's
100% a simp. So when you brought up simp, I was like, I don't feel like you're doing things correctly because you love this dude who is like the world-renowned simp.
Yeah, but I know Drake is a simp. I mean, I make fun of myself, but I love myself. I can't make fun of Drake, even though I love him.
No, because I don't think you would to his face.
To his face?
I don't think you would if you knew he listened to this podcast. I think you would apologize right now if you knew he was going to listen to this podcast.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not a fangirl like that.
I didn't say fangirl.
But that's what I mean. Oh, the fangirls would be like, oh. I'm like, I mean, he's fucking sexy and he makes really good music. But
he's a simp.
Great.
No, I need you to say
he's a simp. He's a man whore.
I didn't
He's
say that.
fucking however old and just like out here with strippers. Like, do you live your best life? But I don't know if I'm about that.
First of all, you're bringing up a lot of things that I actually have no problem with.
I have no problem with criticism of Drake. Let me be clear. I love him, but I can criticize anyone. That's like my favorite pastime is just to talk shit. So like I have no problem saying what people's pitfalls are. That's why I'm doing a podcast, is to talk about like the hypocrisy of our lives.
People was really mad about the simp thing.
They were
not mad. Mad's not wrong.
So I will only say one thing in my defense.
Mm-hmm.
The logic I had in my mind over this is, I was thinking corny, which is sort of a bridge between the two ideas.
Oh no, once you gave me your definition in that moment, I understood exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It just probably wasn't the, quote unquote the correct word thing, to use. But as far as your description in that moment, that's 100%. Yeah, no. Yeah. You was talking about the dudes, I call it the slippery slope, as I call it. I got a playlist on iTunes. I'll put it out for you. Like the dudes that be all very emotional. They be in their feelings. They probably listened to some Boyz II Men before they went out on
New Year's Eve.
On New Year's, because like,
because that was the actual phrase. Every simp in the world is out on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, like,
that is a true fucking statement. Any definition you come up with in the end.
Yeah, again, don't use simp, but yes, what she's saying is correct. Like all of the very, very emotional guys that feel some type of way, who out here haven't got their New Year's kiss and who knows how long, maybe never. Just hoping that clock strikes midnight and there she is. Like, yeah, like I totally get it. And simp is it's an easy word to use. So again, I wasn't confused, especially once you clarified. But for the streets, because the streets is watching.
I know, because they came for me.
You can't.
I'll admit, it was a little off. It wasn't totally off, but it was a little off.
Yeah, you can't be using simp like that. So
okay, the next best comment I've gotten is on my rant about women needing supplies when they go out, which was also in the Halloween episode when I was like, you need supplies. You know me, I got my eyelashes on. I need eyelash glue. I need a little eyeliner. I need whatever I need. A little mouthwash, whatever it is. My super good girlfriend called me up and said, "Bitch, you need snacks." And my jaw hit the floor. I was like,
how did I not bring that up?
How could I? Shame on me. Of course you need snacks. Of course. What? Obviously. Like, what if you are like, you're with a guy and he's not trying to stop at Mesa Pizza? I mean.
Sounds like a guy you should get rid of, but nah, I'm kidding.
I'm not. You need a drunk snack. You need it. And she's actually in a serious relationship, and she still's like, I still need some damn snacks. So, snacks is your thing.
The snacks thing is key.
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
To get some food afterwards, like.
Even then though. You don't remember they had they had the shooting at Pizza Luce and you couldn't get...
Oh, I've been tear gassed at Pizza Luce, so I understand.
They got security on 150 there, I swear to God. No. They got more security there than any bar downtown at Pizza Luce.
No, I remember this girl that I hooked up with last year who actually lived over, what's that, Marcy Homes or whatever over there?
Yep.
And like literally we was coming back from some bar downtown and she was like, I really need some pizza. Like, we should order pizza. And I was like,
I'm trying to.
Okay, like I wasn't. That's not what I was thinking. But like,
you weren't thinking of sitting around in the crib waiting for pizza to get there.
I was like,
you had other things on your mind.
If you want sausage, like I got it, but like I don't really understand. But I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So like we order, whatever. We get back, and then now we have to like wait for this fucking pizza because I'm like,
correct.
I can't just be out to the thing because then the pizza's gonna come and it's gonna be annoying. So I was like. This
and you're
sucks.
drunk and tired.
So I was just like, dang, I gotta grind it out. So I was like, yeah, put a movie on, go ahead, change, girl, do the thing. Thankfully, pizza showed up pretty quick.
Oh, thank God.
Boom. Let her have her little.
Out for you.
Let her have her 2 slices. I was like, all right, so we done here? Like, we back to the business?
Are we good? Are we?
What's up?
Like, you just trying to chill?
We're good. Like,
we gonna do something else?
Yeah, I was like, okay, all right, but
yeah, you need.
Yeah,
she would have had some snacks.
And you know the thing is, we were out till like 3. Like, if she had snacks, she'd have been good. We would have had no problems, but. Alas, what can you do?
Consider snacks if you're a woman who doesn't have a supply standard. That's what I got from that.
And if you're a guy, unless you're rocking the fanny pack, don't worry about the snacks. Just order food when you get back. True. Uber Eats. Shout out Uber Eats.
Okay, the last one. Oh, the last one is from the election episode, to which my friend DM'd me and said, because I said on that episode, I don't know where the fuck the white women Trump supporters are at.
Yeah, because I told you you're not on Tinder looking at them.
I know. And my friend DM'd me and she said they're with my mom out in the suburbs.
I told you that time. When I was at freaking, what was it, Maynard's? Or what's the other one? There's Maynard's and Fletcher's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was at Maynard's. And like, just the Trump parade, boats coming by,
man,
and all these people, and like we were the only black people in the thing. Like I looked around, I was like, "Yep, we the only black people."
In Excelsior?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? That's fucking crazy. And I'm just like, oh, okay, all right. Everybody seems pretty cool with this. They honking, they waving, they doing their thing, man. And I'm like, yeah, they out here, and I'm just like, that's just brutal, what they do. But they not. You don't see them downtown. Like you go to Brothers, Last Call, Sneaky Pete's, you're not gonna see a lot of them MAGA hats.
I just died laughing though that she literally put her mom on blast like that. I mean, she's my friend. I'm not reveal her identity on the podcast. Obviously,
it's okay, but she knows.
She was like, "Yeah, they're with my mom." I told her we can't claim them people. She got to get new friends. I can't do this.
No new friends. Friends. Nah, it be like that though. I couldn't believe that you hadn't seen any. Like,
dude, they're not. The men on dating apps, they're not they be hiding their shit. They be not putting any political affiliation on their profile at all. Just like their height. They don't put that shit on there either, and I be getting mad because I'm a tall bitch and I need a tall man.
And then they talk to you, and then they listen to only the election episode, and then they're like, what the fuck? So
I know.
Yeah.
So those were some comments. Leave us more comments. DM me, DM Lume, comment on our Instagram posts, rate, review, and subscribe. Lume's teaching me to remember to say the shit.